Bubbly Blunders, the hilarious origins and timeless legacy of champagne. Once upon a tipsy time in the hallowed halls of a quiet monastery, a monk with a penchant for experimentation inadvertently stumbled upon the elixir that would later be celebrated at weddings, New Year's Eve parties, and brunches with bottomless mimosas. Yes, we're talking about the effervescent wonder known as champagne. Our story begins with a monk who fancied himself a bit of a mad scientist, albeit with a more spiritual twist. With a determined spirit and a vague idea of winemaking, our monk set out to create a masterpiece. His mission: craft the finest still wine known to man, or at least to the brethren of the monastery. Picture the scene: barrels of grapes, the smell of fermentation in the air, and a monk with a twinkle in his eye and perhaps one too many sips of his experimental concoctions. In a classic case of oops, our enthusiastic monk, reaching for what he believed to be a modest amount of sugar to sweeten the pot, accidentally unleashed a sugar tsunami into his soon-to-be masterpiece. As fate would have it, the monk's miscalculation turned out to be the best thing since sliced bread, or in this case, the best thing since, well, wine without bubbles. The excessive sugar caused an unexpected secondary fermentation in the bottle, creating those delightful bubbles that make champagne the toast of celebrations worldwide. Legend has it that when the monk uncorked his creation, expecting a still wine and instead met with a fizzy explosion, he exclaimed, "Sacre bleu!" or something to that effect. Little did he know, he had just given birth to the fizzy sensation that would be synonymous with joy, luxury, and spilled celebrations for centuries to come. Word of this happy accident spread like wildfire through the monastery, and soon the monks were toasting with their newfound discovery. The rest, as they say, is history, a bubbly, effervescent history that continues to sparkle in flutes around the globe. The monk's accidental stroke of genius not only added effervescence to his wine but also injected a sense of magic into the very fabric of celebration. The fizzy elixir soon found its way beyond the monastery walls, becoming a symbol of revelry and refinement. With each passing year, champagne became more than just a drink. It became a tradition, a symbol of joy that transcends time and borders. Fast forward to today, and champagne has solidified its place as the quintessential beverage for toasts and special occasions. Its golden bubbles dance in crystal flutes, creating an audible symphony of celebration with each pop of the cork. The legacy of that fateful day in the monastery lives on, as every sip of champagne is a nod to the monk who inadvertently stumbled upon liquid alchemy. So, the next time you find yourself raising a glass of champagne, remember to thank that bumbling monk for turning a simple winemaking mishap into the liquid magic that turns ordinary moments into extraordinary celebrations. Cheers to happy accidents and the monk who inadvertently became the godfather of all things bubbly.